All right, so good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. Let's do deals. Another mobile home deal pitching call this evening. We got some new inventories, some new markets, and some new connections. We also have a couple investors that have deals they want to pitch. Can't wait to hear those. So, and reminder, if you have a deal, think you have a deal, bring it on the call. Let's look it over. I'll be happy to break it down and show you why I think it's a good deal or it's not a good deal. Stay till the end. We do have some advertisements as usual, and we do have somebody, a guest I want you all to meet. And he's going to bring a lot of value. So it has been a busy day, beautiful day. Hope everybody's enjoying as well. But with that being said, let me go ahead and start sharing my screen for the deals. We're going to dive right on into it. So, all right, here we go. Give it a second for y'all to see my page. So anybody new? I see a few new people on here. So if you do not have access to all of our inventory spreadsheet, make sure y'all send us an email. Y'all can visit GarciaMHU.com. There's multiple ways, social media that you can find me. Send us an email, and we can add you to that so that you can have access to it. Because no, I will not go through every one of these pages. Let's see. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, so as usual, the top right corner is always deals that are coming available or the newest deals that are available. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely let us know. Send us an email. If you do not see certain markets, certain areas that you may be interested in investing in, send us an email. We may not be investing in directly ourselves, but we have many, many boots, connections, investors in different areas. We may be able to connect you as well. So we have that going on. But let me jump into the page. So we had a few deals that we uploaded from last week. I know some of them, they are already gone immediately. Quick little reminder as well. Yes, we expect, as y'all are coming into the page, if you can, please just mute yourself so we can mute some of that background noise. That would help us out. Okay. So Havana has been a hot market all around. Havana is right beside Tallahassee, Florida. Probably about 8 minutes from other properties that we've had, other parks also as well. We have a lot of RTOs, rent-to-owns out in those markets. Very hot for rentals, very hot for flips as well. And of course, with any community, any park that allows you to do multiple exit strategy, that's where you want to invest. So I'm going to start with this one, which is lot number 15. This is a three-bedroom, two-bath, single wide. Now, remember, the year, make, model, any of those specifics, we leave them out for a reason. You know, if you're interested in this home, send us a DM, send us an email. We'll provide you with all of the details, okay? Here are the pictures that I took myself as I was down there this weekend. A lot of things we're working on, fixing the park, bringing it up to even better standard. It's a beautiful community all around, but, okay? I love when I look at mobile homes like this. You know, it's always like, you know, when I got started, this is not what mobile homes look like, okay? There was holes in the wall, holes in the ceiling. You had all kinds of skylights, and, you know, it was just one of those kind of things. But we invested and we learned a lot since then. So for those of you new getting into mobile home investing, I mean, you know, this is what you want to see. Something a little more easier, cosmetics. You can come in, touch up, clean up, and put it on the market, right? You keep on going and get to the next one. So, and again, you can convert it into a rental. You can't create it into a rent to own. Maybe come in, rehab it, make it more livable than it is already, and straight sell. Okay, but if you need financing, also. So when we do rent to owns, create notes or finance for somebody, you know, there's a lot of ways we get creative with that. It just depends on what we're trying to do. I may come in and say, you know what, let's go ahead and rent this one out for a year, and then maybe I'll sell it next year. You know, that's just way for me to create passive income for 12 months, and then we'll go to the next year and create something like a sell and offer financing. You're offering opportunities as well, but you start thinking immediately, you know, if you're into this property, let's say 10,000, how long can you go without 10,000 and be able to continue to investing? You know, that is what I want to talk about a little bit tonight here. And that's what we have this guest is going to be speaking in a few minutes. And I think he is going to solve a lot of those, I don't want to call them issues, but a lot of opportunities, more opportunities. Me, myself, and I like to finance because I like the passive income. Okay. Let me go to the next one and we'll stop for a second. So making 24. So this is a move-in ready. We actually rehabbed this past weekend. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, single wide, of course. Lot 24. And again, some of the details here missing. What is the address? We do that for a reason. For those of you new, it's because once upon a time, we put every detail on here. And a lot of investors, a lot of people were just going out to the communities. Then we had park managers blowing up our phones. Hey, somebody's getting in your house, this and that. So we said, you know what? We want to be able to monitor more people that are actually going out there. So, but a simple email will give you access, and you can, be able to see the property. Rental rate in this area is around $650. Lot rent is $375. Does include water and trash. That should also be on there. Water and trash. Asking $17K. This is more of a move-in ready and something that I consider. You see the distressed fixer-upper ones, you're fixing them up, and this is what you want to bring them to put them out in the market. And these numbers, obviously, for a 2-1, that's what we're looking at. So, okay, nothing major done. Obviously, some of the cosmetics and touch-ups, there's nothing over the top. Remember, when you're rehabbing mobile homes, you want to make them comparable to the next ones. Some of you artists out there, you want to come in and do all kinds of beautiful things, and I'm glad you love what you're doing. But remember, ROIs, that's our focus on that. Okay. So we had a total of 15 in Havana that have come. I think at this point we have 2 units. We have 3. I know there's 3 that are available at this time. We got 15 and we got 128 and 1 is N98. So we got these 2 remaining as well. And working so much in those areas, of course, we are making connections with handymans, contractors, maintenance, et cetera, et cetera. And don't forget, we do coach you how to do the above. Some of you say, I have the money ready, I'm ready, but I don't know how to get started. That's, not knowing what to do is no longer an excuse. You can visit Garcia.amhu.com. You can join us on Sundays, on Wednesdays, on Saturdays. You can ask a lot of questions to get you started. Okay. So this one here actually had fire damage on the middle section, which this one is one I'm thinking about keeping myself. We got to rebuild all these joists, put new insulation. The ceiling, the roof is fine. Just, where the fire obviously burnt through all the ceiling and the insulation, which has already been cleaned out. We're probably going to come in and touch this one up, and we're thinking Airbnb opportunities. See what I'm saying? Okay, so just depends. Got to look for the right markets. But as you can see, this one, the numbers are even higher. For 3-2 single wide, I think it's 14 by 80 is the size of this mobile home. The rental rate in the area is $825. And when I say need and demand, I was down there Saturday morning probably for about 2 hours. Just a lot of little stuff we're doing to upgrade the park and update. And I had car after car coming in. Hey, I'm looking for a rental. Hey, I'm looking for a rental. Of course, I started taking names and numbers and so shoot all of you. But, it's a need and demand area, a good market for that. Lot rent is $450, does include water and trash. The asking for this is only $4,500, and the ARV you can see is $26K. If you do a rent to own, you finance, obviously you can bump this number up a little bit more, or again, we've got a solution. So stay tuned for that one. Keep talking on that. We got a couple people that are supposed to present a couple deals. If y'all are on, go ahead and drop a comment on the box so that I can stop at one point. And guys, all these deals here, reminder that I do a due diligence on every one of these units. If it's not me, it's one of my team members. So we walk these properties, we take these pictures, and we try to give you as much information as possible. But we're not going to do it for you. And I also suggest that regardless of who sees the home, you need to conduct your own due diligence. You need to do your research. You need to figure out how to figure out the due diligence on a mobile home from the legal side to the actual home in itself. A few more people are still trying to join us on here. So, and I am paying attention to you, Instagram, absolutely. If there's a comment on here, I will read it on. So let's see. Awesome, good stuff, good stuff. Instagram, you cannot unmute yourself, but if you have a deal, you can always put it on the chat box. I'll check it out here in a minute, okay? All right, so this is the other one. 128 also had a small fire in one of the bedrooms here, which has all been cleaned out. This is the stages of what you consider to be able to put it back together. Some people say, well, there's not even any carpet in the home. I don't know about y'all, but carpet is one of the nastiest things you can use in a house and even a mobile home. I don't like it. They're messy, they're nasty, and if people live in there have pets, you can kind of imagine. So when I walk into a mobile home and it had carpet, I'm glad it's gone. That's one less job I have to do. So seeing it like this, it's vinyl time. That's what I do on my mobile homes. And in this one bedroom, obviously, you got to get you quite a few sheets of sheetrock, insulation, put it back together, and you got yourself a bedroom. No major issues on this one here. So we do help you calculate the expenses, the ROIs, if you're looking for that, the budget, putting the budget together all around from labor, material, and it's something that we can coach you on. So I can keep going on these. We got quite a bit more inventory coming. We stopped at Panama City, which is about 30 minutes away from the beach, where we also have about 15 homes possibly available by next week. So stay tuned for those. Alabama, You people have been asking about when is Alabama coming around. We've had quite a few deals in Dothan and Troy, kind of like the areas closer to Georgia. We have quite a bit more deals coming available. Some which are going to be more in the areas of Gadsden, Anniston. You can look them up on the map and kind of see what we're working on. But again, if there's areas that you do not see noted or listed, send us a message. We possibly may have a deal coming up available. We may have something potentially wise that we can connect you on. So don't ever wait to have something in your market. Okay. Any questions so far? We're moving along. We're moving along today. So let's keep going. Let's see. Okay. Yes. No, there is no coaching tomorrow. I'll announce that here in a few minutes. So let me go ahead and let me do this here. Sonia, I know you have a deal. Awesome. I do want to see it. And Gigi, you have a deal. Awesome. I want to see that as well. Hope you email me that first, but that's okay. So let's see. Let me stop sharing for a second. One of the things we always do on these calls is we want to bring you the most value. We want to bring you the most success possible, connect with you, coach you, anything you need. We want to help you to take it to that next level, if you will. Part of that, I've been talking about bringing guests on here to see how they can also add value too, so that we can all connect and all succeed. That's what Let's Do Deals Together is about. Tonight, I got Mr. Sherman. He was actually on our podcast. Sherman, what was it, Saturday or Friday? Every day to me is a Monday, by the way, so it just kind of rolls to the next one. But we were talking about lending. When I say if you want to finance to somebody, that is offering opportunities that typical banks or credit unions do not do. Why? Lack of security. That's basically what it breaks down to. A mobile home as quotations mobile, and it does not have enough security, especially if in a community park. So you start to thinking, well, there's private money lenders, there's hard money lenders, or there's relatives. Okay, I don't really not like none of the above, but I will use them all if I need to. But what if I could have some type of somebody, some type of business or company that could come in and maybe just lend to the buyer so that I can be paid out and I can go on to my next investment and my next one. Now I don't have to be tied up 10, 15,000, whatever it may be, and I can keep on investing. That's also a solution just depending on where you're starting your investment. So Sherman, I got you on a call here, sir. Now, Sherman, I met him from LinkedIn, beautiful world of social media. And we connected immediately talking about lending, talking about these mobile homes, and I stumbled upon a little gold mine. So without any further, Sherman, tell them about you and some of what you do in this industry.
Thank you very much, Jay. Hi, everybody. I'm very honored, happy to be here amongst all of you. I'm up in sunny New York right now, where I live. And I've gotten involved in mobile home financing over the last 4 years. We're a fairly small boutique financing company. Our unique plan, one of our unique plans is when we lend to the borrower, most of these mobile homes are in parks. And so what we're actually doing, some of them, and this is different from what you all are doing, but a park owner will come to us and say, we're selling this lot number 10 to John Doe. And this is a mobile home that the park owner actually owns. And so in dealing with the borrower, lot number 10, $30,000, we go through an underwriting process for the borrower. And then once they're approved, our lender then signs an agreement with the borrower, a mobile home agreement. And what makes us unique in this case, where the mobile home is owned by the park owner, is we get the park owner to sign a personal guarantee with the lender. And the guarantee says, hey, investor, lender, if this borrower during the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years that we're lending him money, if this borrower ever defaults, the park owner is saying they will make good to the lender on the money that's owed. And why would a park owner do this? Most other financing companies, if they lend money to the borrower and the borrower defaults, they'll give the park a price to say, well, if you want to buy this mobile home, it's going to cost you X. If the park owner doesn't want, if it's too much money, what these financing companies do is they just hold an auction and the highest bidder is going to get the mobile home. And in a lot of cases, somebody outside of the park is going to get that home and they're going to remove that mobile home from the park. And that's the last thing that a park owner wants to see, his asset leaving the mobile home. So with our plan, with our program, what we do is that by him signing that personal guarantee, if the borrower ever does default, the park owner is going to evict the borrower. He's going to turn to the investor slash lender and say, how much do I owe you? If he owes him $24,000 at that particular time, he's going to write him a check for $24,000. Or the park owner has an option to just continue making those monthly payments that the borrower was making. So the park owner's happy because he evicts the borrower. He gets to refurbish and resell the mobile home again. So he's selling that asset once again. So he's very happy. The lender's very happy because he's getting money, that the unpaid principal balance back. So I hope you kind of follow what I'm saying, but it's a great plan. The other programs that we have for people like yourself that are flipping, fixing up the house, flipping, you would come to us, you would say, hey, here's the person that wants to buy. And then that person would have to go through our underwriting process. And then once they're approved from the underwriting, we would then wire the money to that borrower. And then, depending whether they're in a mobile home park or not, we've even had park owners who don't own the mobile home, but they still sign the personal guarantee because they don't want that home to leave the park. Mm-hmm. So when it's a specific, if you own that mobile home and the park doesn't own that mobile home, in a lot of cases, we've had the park owner sign that personal guarantee. So we're just a great resource. We offer great customer service. We're not the cheapest kids on the block, but I feel we give the best customer service. We hold that borrower's hand every step of the way. I give out my personal cell phone. Anytime you need to call me, I'm there to help you out. And
we'll wait till the end, Sherman. I want to connect with these investors and definitely will share your information. But a couple questions for you on that. So typically you work with park owners now, and that's the biggest, I guess, customer. They come to you, they keep some security. I think a lot of investors are immediately thinking, well, then what's the point in that if I still have to hold responsibility? You're saying if the buyer defaults, then it falls back on me. To me, that's a plus in a way, and I hate to say that. But, if you hold that small responsibility there, they're paying their bill like they're supposed to be doing. Sherman is happy, they're happy, you're happy. If that happens, and it will happen, let's face it, that's part of the business here, then that means you get to take that home, rehab it again, and restart over. Sherman, in the event that happens, can this investor come back to you and say, Sherman, all right, we don't clear that up, and now we got it rehabbed again, and now it's livable. Can you lend to another buyer? Would you go for that again?
Yeah, I would. I mean, my thought is, and I'll use, if you don't mind, Laurel as an example. If Laurel comes to me and says, hey, I fixed this, I flipped this mobile home, and I have a buyer, and the price on the unit is $20,000, and the buyer's name is John Doe. Well, John Doe's going to go through the underwriting, and if he's approved the underwriting, we're going to wire John Doe $20,000. John Doe is going to turn around and he's going to give Laurel a check for $20,000. So that's the way I envision it. And Laurel is free to walk away because she's got the $20,000 in her part. She's not still, Laurel is still not liable. She's still not connected to John Doe. She's got her $20,000 and she's moved on to the next mobile home. So my dealing now is just with John Doe in his mobile home. John has signed with us his mobile home agreement. Our mobile home agreement says, hey, John, if you miss 2 consecutive months of payment, you're in default and we have the right to start eviction. You're a big boy now. You knew ahead of time what this was going to cost. And so if you miss 2 consecutive payments, you're in default and we can start the eviction. Does it happen all the time? No. In cases where the park is involved, we'll turn to the park and say, listen, we've given John Doe 2 months. He's missed 2 months. Hey, park owner, you have 30 days to get John Doe back on track. Otherwise, we're going to turn to you, and you're going to have to owe us that money according to the contract that you signed. But back to what you were saying, we're going to wire that $20,000 to the buyer. The buyer's going to give Laurel that $20,000, and Laurel is no longer connected to that borrower at all.
They have. I like it. I mean, is that one more opportunity? And that's for those of you listening in. A lot more people have joined us on Instagram here as well. You know, we got the rentals, and I'm not going to go through the whole exit strategies, but rentals, rent-to-owns, notes, finance, creative, and now Sherman. So that's just that many more opportunities just within mobile homes to have. You know, you no longer have to be locked down with your 10K out of pocket. I know to some of y'all that may be more money than you can handle at this time. We all start somewhere, but now we have a solution. So that's what we're bringing on here. Sherman, I'm going to share your details in the end. We're also going to post them on the video. Obviously, when we post a recording so that people can reach out to you. I love to connect a lot of these people. Some of these are our students as well on here. So we'll kind of make that connection, that bridge connection there, and we'll go about it that way. But anything else you want to add, Sherman?
Yeah, the only thing that I'll add is because we're small, because we're boutique, we're extremely flexible, and we're open to working with everybody, working with your folks. Because I had one person that said, well, if it takes 3 weeks to do the underwriting process, sometimes that's too long. And so between myself and the other person, we came up with the solution to say, hey, why don't we quickly today rent to own with that person, and we'll rent to own for 30 days just to get that person in the mobile home and get them going. And then if they do pass the underwriting, we can convert that to financing. And if they don't pass the underwriting, we'll just continue that rent to own. So it was only because of a challenge that came our way that we put our heads together and we were able to come up with that solution.
Absolutely. Y'all check out our YouTube. There's a whole, I think we went for about 30 minutes on Saturday morning, whenever it was. Yeah, it was Saturday morning, I believe. And this is a lot more. We went into kind of deep dive. The Sherman really broke down how long it takes to get the money, to even getting financed, things that may keep you from getting financed, and also forth. So on this video, we'll also tag that so that y'all can check it out. But a lot of good information, great information to have, definitely. And like I said, we will connect you with them for those of you that are ready to make that connection, take that investment on. So Sherman, thank you for joining us. You're welcome to join us the rest of the call. Let's move on to there's a couple of people that need to pitch deals. And the lady here on Instagram, by the way, I'm going to read that loud. Marketing Legacy _REI. You're welcome to come to Zoom. Come to Zoom and pitch your deal. I know you say you have one in Spring, Florida. So thank you, Sherman. So let's move on to Sonia. Good evening, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Sonia Spicer. I am super stoked to share this property with you guys. Can I share my screen, or?
Yeah.
So I'm able to show pictures.
Absolutely. Now here's what's going to happen, Sonia. I will make you the host, and then I need you to make me the host back. So